So how did that get carved out in your life? Where did that revelation really begin, as far as like the power of the gospel and the capability of the gospel?
Yeah, well, that's easy. My church life and Christian life was a dismal failure, and nothing worked. And then I ended up becoming so ill. By the time I was 30 or 29, the doctors said, that's it.
Wow.
You won't live out the year, basically. And I'd served God my whole life, in all integrity.
Wow.
And I realized that there's something fundamentally wrong here. And like, God's true, the Bible's true, it must be me. I thought, well, I gave it my best shot. I'm going to die, go to heaven. This is my understanding at the time.
Sure.
And God can explain to me what I got wrong. And then when the doctors gave me 6 months to live, I I got on a plane and started flying around the world because I've got 6 months.
Wow.
And it wasn't faith, it was absolute nihilism. I bought full medical insurance to fly my body home. I wrote out my will because I had some assets at that time. And then I just started flying around. And that was started in 2006. And I was still flying around in 2009. I was very ill. If you saw me, you would understand why the doctors were saying what they were saying. I was so ill in end of 2009, I couldn't travel anymore. And then in early 2010, my whole job was to be alive tomorrow. That's everything I did. And so I'd cold press organic food into juice and had to do it the day before. Every 2 days, I had to have an Epsom salt bath just to pull the toxins and poisons out of my skin.
Wow.
I couldn't do it every day because it's too weak to do it every day.
Wow.
But every 3 days, I'd actually be in trouble. I was going to jaundice and all these things, and it was a really horrible situation, not to go into too much detail. I was so weak, I couldn't really leave the house. And my job was every second day to have this bath, and the next day I had to prepare my food. Next day bath, next day prepare food. And that was my job. And
did you get that from the Lord, or was that like prescribed?
No, this is complete brokenness. I think I'd gone actually below the point of death and was just sustained for some reason.
Wow.
So to make it clear, I was like, God, well, this is how it's going to work. Either I die and I see you, or you heal me. Either way, I'm not going to be happy about it. Because if I have a miraculous healing, all I'm going to say to you is, well, you could have done that 20 years ago.
Wow.
I mean, I was gone.
Wow.
Emotionally, physically gone. And then to make it really clear to God, I explained it to him. I said, imagine, if you will, God, you walk along this pier or this jetty and you fall into the ocean, and you fall off and you're fully clothed, you drown, and you're trying to get up, you go down again, you get one last time, one more time, you get up, you see someone's feet there at the edge of the jetty, and you think, I'm saved. You reach up, and they don't grab you. So down you go, up one more time, reach up, and they don't grab you. And down you go, you think, I've got one more time left of me. You go up, this person will grab you, you go up, and they don't grab you, and then you do that for 30 years. And after 30 years, that guy grabs you and puts you up on the land. What do you say to that guy? That's what I say to you. So either let me die or heal me. Either way, I'm not going to be that happy about it.
Wow.
And that's how I felt.
Wow.
And but so in nihilistic thinking, no real understanding of the Father, deep accusation against his goodness, no faith whatsoever in that regards, and he had a dramatic healing. I was in the bath, and just to tell you how awful this is, I get into a clear bath, I get out of a brown bath, like in an hour. There's so much stuff.
Wow.
I was just so poisonous at that time. And then one time I was in the bath, and I'm just, once again, it's nihilism. I'm like, well, God, anything? Would you like to comment on this situation? And I just felt to stand up. And I felt really silly. Well, I'll stand up. I stood up in the bath, and I passed out, and which is a very dangerous thing to do.
Yeah.
I realised I passed out when I came to. When I came to, I was sitting in the bath quite comfortably, arms by my side. I mean, I could have gone into the glass pane of the shower, into the tiles. I could have gone anywhere. And I instantly went, quick, you must stand up, which is not logical. And I was normally so weak, I had to stand up very carefully. Nothing would heal. If I got a cat scratch, it'd be there in 3 months, untouched. It'd still be there. And so if I got out of the bath and I broke a leg or something, terrible. So I used to get out of the bath really carefully like this and bring my leg over. And this time, I just stood up like this. I stood out of the bath like this. And then I cleaned everything down, and because the water went everywhere. When I collapsed, there's water on the roof, there's water on the walls. And then I'm walking down the stairs, and normally to go downstairs was a controlled fall. I'd hold the banisters, and just, because there's no power in my body, I just like push backwards, and I walk down like this. And it started to dawn on me, something's changed, and I felt I need to run, like Forrest Gump type of style. And so I got the treadmill out, which is all under covers, and I was thinking really clearly, I had brain fog this whole time. I thought, I need to go get some silicone spray and fix this up. So I did, and as soon as I pressed the silicone spray and I smelt the chemicals, which was really dangerous for me, a voice said, it doesn't matter. My chemicals don't affect you now. I ran for, let's say, 2 miles. I ran 2 miles every day or 3 miles every day for the next few days. And then after a few days, I just told people I've been healed. And I wasn't grateful. I wasn't thankful at all. I just sort of, because I was emotionally shocked. But God doesn't care. It doesn't worry him at all. I received a free gift. That's all he wants. As long as I don't deserve it, I can have it. And I didn't deserve it.
Wow.
Yeah. Definitely not saying God made me sick, but because it's a family line issue through my generations. And I seem to get everything my family had. And God's like, well, since we're here, since we find ourselves here, let's go for a complete victory over this situation. And I'm beginning, even now, I'm only beginning to see the wisdom of it. So that was 2010. So now it's 10 years later. And the healing, the sickness went. But the damage the sickness did to my body over 30 years or 40 years is still there.
Wow.
And but God wants me to apply these things. And some days, as a person, I really resent that. And I'm still that angry guy from back there. And then some days the clouds part, and I'm just really, it's unquestionable that he's a loving father. And that's the only reality.
Wow.
Yeah. So
oh, man,
I still go back and forth.
Yeah.
And then God lets this guy preach. It's amazing. Yeah. And he has never left me for a second. And now, all I want to do now is just live by his word of my good father.
Yeah.
And just delight in his good word.